Here are just a few of the stories on VA News this week.
We have VA's top 10 health stories for 2012.
African Americans' contribution to the U.S. Armed Forces.
Music therapy for veterans, gaining popularity.
That and more on VA News this week.
Hello, I'm Adam Anasich with the Office of Congressional and Legislative Affairs.
And I'm Ann Chapieski with the Office of Administration. Thanks for watching today. Our colleagues who manage the content on the VA Internet website have determined the top 10 most popular health stories at VA for 2012. That's according to reader surveys of veterans and their families who read more than 100 feature articles on the VA webpage. Number 10 is the story Horses for Heroes. It's about the Lexington VA Medical Center and the Central Kentucky Riding for Hope Therapeutic Riding Center offering an alternative rehabilitation program. Coming in ninth is VA's outreach to women veterans, particularly through a popular new public service announcement. Number 8 is the deployment of 20 new mobile vet centers to increase access to readjustment counseling services for veterans and their families in rural, underserved communities. Mobile vet centers participate in thousands of federal, state, and local veteran-related events each year. Number 7 is about veterans and their families. They can sign up for email updates from VA health facilities. The dramatic reduction of veteran homelessness from January 2011 to January 2012 was the 6th most read story. At number 5, veterans with PTSD tell their stories to help other veterans on About Face, a new VA online resource. Number 4 is a list of the links to the many health support services available to veterans. More on that in Did You Know? Helping wounded veterans repair their crumbling, intimate relationships in bonding retreats was the 3rd most popular issue. General stories and information of VA's 300 vet centers drew the 2nd most interest from VA webpage visitors. And the most popular item on VA Web in 2012? It's an easy guide to VA's comprehensive medical benefits, including health promotion, disease prevention, diagnosis, palliative care, surgery, mental health care, orthopedics, radiology, physical therapy, and rehabilitation.
The contributions of African Americans to our nation's armed forces and the nation's well-being are being featured in The American Veteran, currently airing. Here is a quick peek.
From Bunker Hill and the forts of South Carolina to the mountains of Afghanistan, African Americans have served with honor throughout our history. Black soldiers helped bring peace to the plains and defeat fascism in Europe. They charged up San Juan Hill, shot down Japanese Zeros at Pearl Harbor, and aimed for new heights at Tuskegee. By the end of the 20th century, an African American had risen to command the mightiest military force in the world. But African Americans have also had to fight for their right to defend their country and to receive fair and equal treatment in the military.
It's a challenge, and if you succeed, you come out stronger.
The legacy of their struggle and of their courageous service helped our nation realize its highest ideals of freedom.
Because of the people who served, I'm able to sit here and talk to you right now and breathe this air of freedom.
The American Veteran can be found on the VA homepage. Just click Media Room, then Video. You can also watch it on the VA's YouTube page, VA's Knowledge Network, the Content Distribution Network, and the Pentagon Channel.
Music therapy has helped VA therapists in the rehabilitation of veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder.
Sometimes the veterans may have no background in music, but it's working. Here's Dwayne Wingfield on how it's helping veterans in Tennessee.
With the sound of a strumming guitar ringing in the background and the scratching of a pen to pad, veteran Todd Foster writes the soundtrack to his rehabilitation from the traumas of war.
I tell all my friends everywhere, every day, this is my favorite of any, it beats going to a therapist or doctors or anything.
Foster and other veterans, with help from Tina Haynes, music therapist at the Department of Veterans Affairs, Tennessee Valley Healthcare System in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and Bob Regan, a Nashville musician and Grammy Award-winning songwriter, are using the craft of songwriting as therapy for veterans to overcome post-traumatic stress disorder.
What stands before you?
Songwriting is a great tool to help give voice to people who maybe have trouble expressing themselves. And we formed this group specifically for our veterans with PTSD because they often feel alienated and isolated, don't feel validated in their experiences. So this group gives them a safe, supportive environment to begin to tell their stories and express their thoughts and feelings. And songwriting is a structured way to put meaning and to organize those thoughts and feelings and to validate their experiences.
It's been interesting to sort of see how I'm just showing these guys the process of how you put together a song. Just get them talking about stuff and whatever's on their mind, we just brainstorm and throw a bunch of stuff out there, and then I try to put all the pieces together and make a song out of it. So I think that process has gotten easier, and everybody kind of understands. You say, hey, if I write this down and put my thoughts in order, that we can, we'll throw it out there to the group, and next thing you know, we got a song.
Foster began the songwriting therapy group in November and quickly noticed its benefits.
Like someone told me before, music soothes the savage beast or something, and actually in this class, you do get soothed in a way, and it kind of, it feels good. So you get an hour of feel good where you could be not feeling good.
Most veterans in the group have little to no experience with music, but that shouldn't stop veterans from participating, says Haynes.
It's very powerful to hear your thoughts, your emotions put to song, and so it validates their self-worth, their experiences, what they want to share. We've seen a lot of camaraderie that develop in this group as well. The guys come early just to kind of hang out and just to be together, and then they stay late. They enjoy the bonds that they've created with their fellow veterans.
According to Haynes, the group provides safety and support and stimulation for veterans to tell their stories and express their thoughts and feelings through songwriting.
Music touches us in many different ways. It touches us emotionally, socially. It stimulates our minds, our thoughts, our memories. There's even a neurological impact now on rhythm and how it organizes the thought processes. So the benefits are just way beyond just this is fun and this is enjoyable, a social activity. We know that it actually can elevate mood, can stabilize emotions and organize thoughts, as I mentioned, and that these effects last beyond just what happens in this room.
Foster and Hayes agree that while the group is lighthearted and many of the songs they write in the group reflect a playful atmosphere,
if you look at somebody, you are so beautiful, I love everything you do, that's BS. You don't love everything. You don't love everything everybody does, but for the purposes of the song, you say so, because she wants to hear that. Oh, that is so sweet.
It's important to remember the group has a more somber side as well, and that is dealing with the issues of PTSD and the memories of war. For VA News, I'm Dwayne Wingfield.
The Portland VA Medical Center held a grand opening of its remodeled community-based outpatient clinic in Bend, Oregon recently. The facility increased in size from 10,000 square feet to 25,000 square feet with new and expanded services. It will serve more than 6,000 area veterans.
Thank you for joining us here today for formally celebrating the opening of this new facility. They help us provide the best care possible, and we do good work here, I think, to 6,000 plus veterans actually come to this clinic.
This larger clinic has been carefully planned, so we may provide a greater variety of services to reduce the burden of travel over the pass to the medical center.
We've hired some additional staff. We have some new services available that were not available to veterans in Bend directly from the VA before.
This clinic will allow veterans that are in the area to be able to access audiology. They won't have to travel to Portland in order to get the care that they normally got in Portland.
It's really important to have physical therapy here in Bend because the veterans had to drive or ride all the way to Portland to get physical therapy. That's at least a 7-hour round trip drive and not always productive for a physical therapy appointment. So now they can come here and get local treatments.
Now that we have a full-time ophthalmologist here, we also have a minor procedures room, and we have some more diagnostic equipment so that besides retina, we can also do lid lesion removals, we can do eyelid procedures, and we can also do all of the preoperative assessment and the postoperative care for cataract patients.
And now with the expanded clinic, whether you travel from the rural parts of Central Oregon or you come from around the corner, we are proud to offer you a beautiful place to come home to.
And I'm excited to see the progress moving forward, hopefully from your perspective as patients to say, you know what, the VA's changed in the last few years, and I know my team knows me, and I'm getting the care when I need, where I need it.
We want to wish a belated happy birthday to the nation's oldest Medal of Honor recipient. Nick Oresco celebrated his 96th birthday at his retirement home in Cresskill, New Jersey recently. The World War II hero received his medal from President Harry Truman on October 30th, 1945. Oresco was born in Bayonne, New Jersey, where a school bears his name. The Army Master Sergeant took out 2 German bunkers during the Battle of the Bulge on January 23, 1945. He was seriously wounded by machine gun fire when he took out the second bunker.
Did you know? The Veterans Health Administration wants your help in getting information about health support services to veterans in need. The top links for VA services provide a world of information for veterans to access support services to maintain their physical and mental wellness. The list of 13 links is at the web address on the screen. Please check it out and print it out if you know a veteran who could use it. The list includes health benefits, compensated work therapy, helpful phone numbers, disease prevention, geriatrics and extended care, homeless services, mental health, and much more. That's all we have this week. We're really glad you could join us. I'm Ann Chapieski.
And I'm Adam Anasich. Have a great day serving our nation's heroes.